Do you know that your coffee could contain small pieces of plastic, something that's known as nanoplastic? If we are exposed to nanoplastic, they may enter our body, but they are not biodegradable. So where they end up in our body if we drink them or eat them? Nanoplastic, they circulate in our blood. They interact with biomolecules like protein and metabolites. And finally, these lead to formation of something known as corona. Corona dictate the particle where to end up in our body. And since they are not biodegradable, they may end up somewhere and accumulate there. For example, if they could pass the blood-brain barrier, they may enter the brain and stay there. Recently, at the Department of Chemistry, we have used very sophisticated technique to see whether nanoplastic can pass the blood-brain barrier and enter the brain or not. Our research showed that if the protein attached to the particle, they may not enter the blood-brain barrier. But without protein, they could enter the brain and could lead to different diseases. What we have done is to put a tracer inside the particle because we cannot use any technique to observe them or measure them. We put a tracer, a specific tracer inside the particle, and we try to trace that particle inside the complex matrices of blood and plasma. Then we expose these particles to the blood-brain barrier cells, and we saw that they could pass the blood-brain barrier. We use a very sophisticated technique called single particle ICP-MS, which is newly established in the Department of Chemistry in the group of analytical chemistry. This technique allowed us to measure number of the particles that could pass inside the cell based on single cells. So now our research is still going on. Next time when you want to drink coffee, make sure that it cannot contain nanoplastic.